Alrighty. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our 11th podcast. Today
Um,
we have my cousin Walter up in
Hello.
the top left corner. He's gonna share a conspiracy with us today. It's gonna be like a conspiracy day. So Quinn's gonna share one, Walter's gonna share one, and I'm gonna share one. And hopefully we'll have some fun with it. Uh I think these stories are going to be more interesting than our haunted stories and
yeah,
shit we've been trying to do. I think these are going to
yeah.
be a little more structured and have more weight to them. you know, um, all those urban legends and shit. Oh my god, dude! I was on the phone with Sky yesterday, and she was telling me, she's like, when you guys were reading through urban ledgers. Oh my god, I'm already like
Ledgers.
messing up my words. Um, First, she said hearing me try to read was fucking hilarious. She was like laughing her ass off because I was just like, no. She remember that one part where you go, he drove away in a hearse.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if you listened to that one or not, but James was trying to read the word hearse, and you were pronouncing it hearse.
Yeah,
and,
I said hearses.
and where did you think Dracula's from again?
Oh fuck.
Oh, Pennsylvania,
Yeah, yeah,
not
Pennsylvania.
Transylvania.
Oh my
That's pretty
goodness,
good.
bro. But she said whenever she heard when she heard me, or no, when she heard you say the urban ledger about the hooker guy, she instantly
So
started like cracking up because of the like my childhood like story
yeah.
about the hooker, the hooker's gonna
Hmm.
come get us. Um
Yeah, well, it was the Hook Man, but James
The
made a story
hooker?
called the Hooker. Yeah.
yeah, his name was the Hook Man. When I was a kid, I made up this story about a guy that has hook for hands, and I called him the hooker because at the time I didn't realize what a hooker actually was. All right.
That's funny. She immediately knew.
Oh, she immediately knew, yeah. Um So yeah, let's get started in on our conspiracy day. We'll start with
All right.
Quentin's. What do you got to bring to the table, man?
I have the Georgia Guidestones. I feel like we're doing show and tell right now.
Show and tell, conspiracy
Yeah, let
style.
me see here. Let me share the correct window. Yes, this one. So these are super weird. Let me see if this is gonna be super grainy or not. Okay, so gonna go full screen for me. That would be cool. Basically, it's let me see what. Oh, not Wikipedia. All right, well, you just look at all the different pictures. Basically, it was built, when was it here? In 1979. Some guy under a pseudonym, it wasn't his actual name, just some rich guy came in. There's this granite company. It was just in the middle of nowhere. I think it was in Georgia. Yeah, Elberton County in Georgia. Came in 1979 and he like didn't want to share his identity, and he just wanted these stones to be built, on behalf of, basically he described it as like a small group of Americans wanted it built or something like that.
Okay.
And he said it'd function as a calendar and a clock, and it should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events. And basically it has a bunch of weird stuff on it. The weirdest thing is um, it has like instructions of what the human race should be doing, um,
Really?
and after some sort of cataclysmic event or like the, the world ending.
So like if the
Let me see.
apocalypse hits, you need to follow the directions on these stones pretty much.
Yeah, it was really
Okay.
weird. Yeah, here we go. There's a message consisting of a set of 10 guidelines or principles that were engraved on the stones. And they were also, it wasn't just an America thing. Like they all these instructions were, there was four, let me see if you can see here. Yeah, there was four stones upright.
Okay.
And they all have these instructions, but they're in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian.
No
They all
shit.
say the same thing.
What do they
And
say?
so I'll read them to you. The first inscript, or all 10 of them, they're all like one sentence, but it says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, unite humanity with a living new language. It's like a unified language. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Be not a cancer on the earth, leave room for nature, and leave room for nature. So it's
That
really
sounds like
weird.
shit we should already be doing right now. Like every single one of those is like, why are we
Yeah,
already following these rules?
I know it sounds like just how to not kill the planet instructions, but
Right? It's like
yeah,
you
these
did
were
it
built.
once, so let's try not to fuck this up again.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
And so there's a supposedly let me see if I can pull up the picture. There's a time capsule underneath it. Um,
There's a time capsule underneath.
yeah, and it says to be opened by or on this date, and then there's no actual date listed. Um,
Son of a bitch.
and the the other weird thing is it. Let me pull up here where this is, but it's really weird. They all line up astronomically with a bunch of um
Constellations.
yeah, constellations and um stuff like that. Like let me move this here.
Almost like
They
the
the
pyramids or
four
something that like lines up.
yeah, it's like the four outer stones mark the limits of the lunar cycle. The center
Was
column
that
features a hole drilled at an angle from one side to the other through which the North Star can be seen.
What?
Um, yeah,
that
the
one
same
picture
pillar.
looks like it's destroyed.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that. The same pillar had a slot carved through it, which was aligned with the sun's solstices and equinoxes. And it captures a ray of sun that passes through at noon each day, shining a beam on the center stone, indicating the day of the year, which is crazy.
What?
And there was another thing, I'm forgetting it now.
So are there like the numbers like 1 through 365 like on that center stone then? Like how does it indicate the day of the year?
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
On the floor.
Yeah, I think it's on the ground. Oh, someone graffitied it.
Oh, fucking bunch of assholes.
Let's see if I can pull up the sunbeam here. So that's where the sun comes through, right in the middle there. Oh, here we
Okay.
go. This is a good diagram. See if I can make this full screen or not.
Just zoom in on
Open-
it. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Here we
Touchpad.
go. Open image, a new tab.
Maybe.
Yeah, here we go. You guys see
Okay.
this all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're also giant stones, like they weigh like 20,000 pounds and stuff like that,
Holy crap.
or 40,000 pounds for the outer stone. So yeah, they all say those 10 things I read, but in different languages around it. This is where the sun can come through, and this part lines up with the North Star. This part lines up at I think at noon on each time of the day. It's just weird how well it can line up with all
Those
the
stones are
celestial
damn near
stuff.
20 foot tall each. Holy crap.
Yeah. Um, yeah, super weird. And then so yeah, that was built in 1979, and it's supposed to be a oh actually yeah, it cost the dude $100,000 estimated for 1979, but that's equivalent to like $400,000 today.
So it's really weird because this is one of those things that, you'd expect to be built like hundreds of thousands of years ago.
Mhm.
Like to hear it's built in the 1970s, you're just like, what?
Yeah, yeah, and it was referred to for a while as like the American Stonehenge,
Okay.
because it just looks like Stonehenge. I think that's it. But yeah, it does seem like something that was built forever ago. But now, Walter, thank you for bringing that up. Last year, it got blown up.
What? Did somebody go out
Yeah.
there and blow it up or did something hit it?
Someone went out there and blew it up. There's a video of it. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Dude, that guy's a super villain. He's like, when the world ends, you guys are just screwed. No more rules to follow, dog.
Yeah,
That was what I
and
think
it's
about you.
super weird because yeah, it's really weird. Especially since oop, sorry, that was for a second one later if we run out of time. Yeah, it was a really weird oh, I guess I have a compromised password.
Uh-oh.
This video is I can only find it on Wikipedia. I could probably look through YouTube, but that'd be a whole thing getting to that. Yeah, here we go. July 6th of last year, it got blowed up.
What the hell?
And it's weird because they have cameras all over the place, but
There's a video of it?
yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, it gets bombed.
Dang.
And the people that did it were never caught.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder what the reasoning
Um,
behind that was.
I don't know. That's the thing.
Dude,
Is this?
you know why they were never caught? Because aliens blew it up.
Yep, it was an alien beam. That's what it was.
With the blue beam.
The blue beam.
Oh,
So,
this is what I was thinking of. Sorry. Well, I'm pretty much done here, but I was trying to find the other astronomical thing I was thinking of, and it was this is gonna take me to a whole thing. But the horizontal slot in the in one of I think it's the middle stone
yeah,
indicates the annual travel of the sun, so it like shows accurately where it's traveling in the solar system, kind of.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just a really weird thing that did not. It's not like it was like you'd think it would be more popular with all the weird stuff going on with it.
Right?
And also the fact that it got blown up for no reason last year was
Yeah.
super weird.
That is really weird that somebody's just like, let's go blow this up. Like,
Yeah, and that there was no evidence of who did it.
right, and they have
Even
cameras
though there's
too. So how
cameras.
do they not see like I mean it's kind of a shitty camera though, I'm not gonna lie. The video quality on that thing
Yeah, it
was
was.
rough.
Yeah, that was. You'd
On
think they'd
the
have better ones though.
there was a picture that was on the when you looked up the images, it
Mhm.
said center cluster was erected on March 22, 1980. So are there other guide stones like around the
I don't think so. Let me just exit out of all of that. I might have. Hold on. I'll research this while you guys move on to yours so that I don't hold this up.
Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. All right,
Yeah, we'll come back.
Walter, what do you got?
Project Bluebeam?
All right, what is that about?
This one is there's no real research. It's more of like an idea of there could be out there where like FBI released it or something like that. But basically, I mean, yeah, there's books it looks like about it, but there's a bunch of different interpretations about what Project Bluebeam could actually be. But my favorite one is that, and this one like kind of lines up with my beliefs as a Christian, is that we have all these movies, go way back in like the 60s or whatever, of like, aliens coming and abducting people.
Right.
The blue beam of light will come down and suck someone up and they're just gone. And a lot of people believe that this is like slowly being engineered. There's no aliens. The government's doing this, slowly engineering like movies, ideas about alien invasion, stuff like that, to make people slowly believe in that, so that when a religious events happen, people will assume that it's aliens instead of
Okay.
actual religion.
Okay.
And so whenever the rapture happens, a lot of people believe that when you get raptured, um, a giant blue beam of light will come down and pull you up into the sky.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds very similar to UFOs coming down and pulling you up into the sky. But the biggest part is when you look at the government's intentions behind all of these like there's plenty of other like movies and stuff talking about how the CIA puts stuff in movies to make people believe it.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's like a whole like actual documentary on that, but um, basically the biggest thing is that everybody's idea is that if aliens invade, what should we do as a planet? We should all come together into this one world government and be world against world, right? Like alien wars or whatever.
Right.
Star Wars.
And that's actually what says will happen near the end in the Bible, is that there will be a one world order and there'll be wars and people won't believe that what's happening is happening. Um, so yeah, that's Project Bluebeam basically, is that government is like kind of slowly making people believe that, against religion, whatever it may be.
Well, that's kind of like you know, obviously depending on like your belief system and everything, um, it's like you see that also a lot in the recent years with um a lot of these like singers and pop stars and stuff, like incorporating like a lot of satanic stuff into
Oh
their
yeah.
concerts and videos and
Oh
songs and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I could definitely see that being something because like oh pop what artist was it? She oh there'd been like a bunch of people lately had posted videos of like women like looking like they're all bloody and stuff and almost dressed like all devilly and just being out in public and shit. And it's what's her name? She's
Doja Cat.
is it Doja Cat?
Oh yeah, I saw her doing some weird stuff. I don't know
Sam Smith is the
if they.
biggest one.
Oh, yeah,
But
Sam's.
let me do my video.
But yeah, that stuff is getting pretty weird too. So I could see like and then you could track that into like if the government's doing it across all boards with like movies and shit like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, look at this.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's also what's his name? Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. He came out with a shoe line that had his blood in it or something like that. Oh yeah, there
Yeah,
it
there was literally
is.
a shoe with like pentagram and upside
Yeah.
down cross. All that. Yeah, there's his blood with
Really weird stuff.
weirdly
Yeah,
enough a
super
Bible
weird.
verse on it. Um, actually, I kind of want to look at that.
But like you could say like, well, the Illuminati, like is pushing this agenda, which is also kind of a government thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
so I could definitely see something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Luke 10:18. I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven.
Weird,
Hmm.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, super weird stuff. Um,
So what are the other you said there's a few different interpretations of Blue Beam. What would the other interpretations be?
Some people believe that it's like the CIA is hiding like aliens from us.
Yeah.
Like, obviously like Area 51, but um, and that people are taking this, or the CIA is like working with them and taking their technology and using it against other countries.
Okay.
Um,
mm.
but yeah, let me actually look up some of like the interpretations.
I think, can I jump in with one that I've heard? Just
Yeah.
I think one that I've heard is either we've reverse engineered alien technology or never had it in the first place, and it's just technology that we have that's so advanced that it gives the government agency to kind of do whatever they want. Like if they want to go blow up a place, and they're like, "Oh, it was aliens, not us."
They fucking blew up
And
the
then-
Guidestones.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't us. It
Well,
was
like,
alien.
because I've also heard the theory that I don't know if this would have anything to do with Bluebeam, but that the government has been orchestrating all these UFO sightings and everything. Kind of like what you were saying to like make us believe in aliens and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
then that eventually they'll basically run this fake alien invasion to freak the public out and then push us into a one world order. I've heard that one too.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Where they want to just like fake us out, make us believe this big alien invasion is happening and then, move on from there. Because I think there's um God damn it, I always forget this dude's name, but he was in an interview one time kind of talking about it, and he said like the Tic Tac video, of the UFO
Mhm.
from the Navy guys. He said like that sighting and a bunch of other ones are basically fake, and that's technology we have that we
Yeah, I
invented.
heard that.
And it's all just a part of like making us believe in that aliens are real and that they're gonna invade and then push us into a one world order. Um, but
So there's that one, the one I was saying, and I just looked it up. There's another big one, um, basically saying that the government will use uh like alien technology to recreate a second coming of Christ.
oh, okay.
That one's a weird one.
Yo, they got new Jesus.
God 2.0.
This time he's rich.
Yeah, but yeah, this one's saying literally exactly that. Project Bluebeam could potentially stage a fake UFO invasion as a means to unite the world through fear and establish a one world government.
Okay, so okay. Um, who was that one guy? I always forget this dude's name. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he talked about working at Alien 51, Area 51.
Alien 51.
In Pennsylvania.
In pencil. Fuck, what was that dude's name? You know who I'm talking about,
I
right?
know who you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, Bob Lazar. Is it that
Bob
guy?
Lazar. I kept
Yeah.
wanting to say Lanzar or something, but then I was like, no, that's not right. I almost said Lanzar Vibe, but those were the subs that I had in my Maxima back in the day.
I actually
Yeah.
watched a full documentary on it with Dad.
Yeah,
Bob
that was
Lazar.
before he was on the podcast, I think.
And that was him talking about like reverse engineering, like this propulsion device that basically defied all gravity, right? Like,
Mhm. Yeah,
so that was pretty
manipulated
interesting.
gravity, I think.
Dude, that shit was like crazy too, because he said, like just how intense it was, like
Mhm.
working there, and how like he would just like out of nowhere have to fly out into this like super remote secretive place, blah blah blah. It's crazy stuff.
Have you heard of all the crazy stuff, like all the artifacts that the Nazis wanted to find?
Oh yeah, I forgot
Uh,
about that.
no, what's that
One of,
about?
one of the big ones was the bell or something like that. It's
That was
something
one
that
they were developing, I think.
I thought it was something that he like found, like Hitler found or something like that. He was
I
trying to
remember
develop stuff with it.
maybe there was an original one that he found and he was trying to turn, but basically like the bell was supposed to be, are you looking up a picture of it? Well,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be like a time travel machine.
Really?
I
You
thought it
know
was
what,
supposed to
James?
be
You
an
played
anti-gravity device.
maybe, I don't know, but James, you played Call of Duty Zombies, right? Like
Oh
the rest
yeah.
of us. Yeah, you know the teleporter?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's the bell.
It's called
Oh,
Die Glock.
Cool.
okay. Man, I haven't played zombies in a fucking minute. That actually sounds pretty fun.
I haven't either.
Die
The
Glock.
Glock.
Die Glock.
Where's Pictor?
Let me move this away. Let me just look up Die Glock now.
Took lock switch.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's a teleport. Is that zombies?
yeah, that's from Zombie. That's the back end of the teleporter. But yeah, this was a big time. It was like in like Hitler's journals and stuff like that, something like that.
And I thought it was like a
Okay.
teleporter.
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
they were working on it at least.
That's so weird because aren't there like theories about Hitler being like a time traveler?
I've heard
But
that. Yeah,
that's from this, yeah.
Okay.
and yeah, basically he had a weird moment period of time where he was looking for a bunch of like mythical artifacts, like the Ark of the Covenant and all that, which is what Indiana Jones got that from, I think.
Yeah, and
Um,
what is it? The Spear of Vengeance or Spear of
Spear of
Justice,
Destiny.
something like that. Yeah. The spear that was stabbed into Jesus's side whenever he was on the cross.
Yeah, Spear of Destiny. But yeah,
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
super weird stuff. James, what is yours?
Okay. So threw it together pretty quick this morning. Um, so this one is the hollow earth theory. I made some notes on my
Oh
phone
yeah.
so I could try to follow it. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, I got Wikipedia pulled up too. What's up? Shit, all my okay. I was about to say all my tabs are like hidden behind this work bar. How do I move this work bar? Oh my god.
Oh,
You can
with
drag on
our
the
cameras on it.
and just
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Look at that. Okay, so this is the hollow earth theory, and it came from this guy named Admiral Byrd. He uh he was known as the first man credited with flying to the North Pole in 1926 and the South Pole in 1929. And after 5 expeditions, his like travels and everything through Antarctica resulted like he made a lot of advanced discoveries about weather, climate, geography, and stuff like that. Um, Pretty smart dude. But while he was flying over Antarctica, he had claimed that he uh saw this ginormous hole in the ground. And he said through this hole, he saw like green mountain ranges. He saw rivers running through these valleys. Even claimed to see like a woolly mammoth. And this is all like from his diary too. Like when he got back from his travels, he was like basically forced not to talk about any of this. Um, so hold on, kind of hit a dead point there. Yeah, so basically the earth is believed to be hollow, and some people believe through these holes or whatever, UFOs and shit come out of it, blah blah blah. And then some people believe it's just this like whole different earth, I guess you could say, inside. And I guess if you look at this picture, that would kind of give you
I thought
an
Sorry, I
idea.
thought it said swag in the middle.
Swag. So see where it says, does that say 500 or yeah, 500 miles.
Yeah,
So I guess
500.
like it's like 500 miles of just like crust, I guess. Or that says 1500 miles.
I think
So
the thickness at the edges are 500 and in the middle it's 1500 probably.
yeah. Um, but I thought, this was a fun one because, what if?
Yeah.
And then it's also one of those things where like, so he's in Antarctica, he sees this, right?
Mhm.
It's really interesting because you're not really allowed to do shit in Antarctica, right? You're not allowed to fly over. It's like a very protected place for whatever reason, right? Um, Oh, that's funny. It says ice barrier right there. So I'm pretty sure this theory somehow ties in with flat earthers as well. Um,
Mm,
which I guess would make sense with, seeing that ice barrier or whatever it's saying right
yeah.
there. Um, but what I thought was really interesting and made it one of those things where it's like, well, I mean, no one really knows, I guess, is if you look at the Son Doong cave, this
Hmm.
cave is over in between Vietnam and Laos, and it's the biggest cave in the world, I'm pretty sure. And what's
Really?
crazy about it is you could fit New York skyscrapers inside of this cave.
Oh,
Um, and it's said that nobody has ever reached the end of the cave, I guess you could say. But if you
hmm.
look at like pictures like this, they have like I can't zoom in on this. They have like full water systems, like lake systems in this cave. Um, they have it has like its own weather system too. So like when you look at it, let me find a good picture. Like I don't know, it's just really pretty and like green in there, like its own little world. But I was looking at this like, okay, well, if a cave like this exists, who's to say that there's not a whole other world beneath us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's interesting actually that you brought that up because that reminds me. And this is just me seeing an article saying scientists have discovered. Obviously, I don't know who actually discovered it, but they did like deep sea scans and found like oceans beneath our actual oceans.
oh,
So
I've
that
seen
kind of,
shit like that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Hmm. That adds to it. Yeah, that's a cool theory though. There's been a lot of stuff about that. Like the very good Brendan Fraser movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth, is a fun
I
iteration of
can't
that.
I don't know if I've ever seen that movie.
I haven't seen it since it came out, I don't think, but I remember liking it a lot. Granted, I was probably like 8, but
Um, but yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe
There are like
there's a world under
satellite
us.
images of Antarctica where they take literal like chunks, like cut out a chunk and then paste it on the other one.
Oh yeah.
Like it just copies itself on the satellite images. Um, but I was trying to find this video that I saw like I don't know a couple weeks ago of these guys that were like on a boat and I think it's Antarctica. I mean, it made it sound like it was, but they were like in these crazy like crashing waters and then all of a sudden it was just still water. Like in the middle of the ocean, still water. Like in
Really?
a pond where there's no movement in the water at all.
Just
like
glass?
the waves stopped or like
Like he pulled up the camera and there was a line in between where the crazy crash waters are and the still water.
I
Weird.
see what you're saying.
And it went on for like miles.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting. I wonder if that's if there's like a weird temperature thing with the water. That wouldn't make sense though.
I don't
Right, because
know.
the only thing that really causes waves is wind.
Right.
So
And the
for there to
movement.
be a straight line dividing the crazy waters and the still waters is weird because that would mean the wind is literally moving in a straight line,
Right.
not
Yeah,
affecting the waves right next to it.
that is pretty crazy. Dude, I'll tell you what, Antarctica, we could probably have a whole podcast on just talking about like the weird shit that goes on there, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's so many like theories about what they're hiding in Antarctica. It's also weird that like they're like every country in this world had agreed to not have any type of um like wars, I guess you could say, or fighting like in Antarctica. Like
Hmm.
that's like home base, you know what I mean? Like safe zone.
Yeah.
Um so that's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Um well, Quentin, what was you said you had another one. You said you had something about national parks, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, let me
Let's
pull
see
that
what
up
that's
here.
all about.
So, um, this one was a little weird looking up because I knew about this conspiracy theory. But if you look it up, there's almost nothing about it. Like, you know, every other conspiracy theory you look up and there's like a million different news articles and
Right.
sites on it talking about it. This one I could only find one news site, which is a oh, I didn't realize that that's what it was. It was here, I'll share my screen. It was I can't believe I didn't recognize this, but the news article was the newspaper of the college I went to.
Oh, cool.
um, but here, I'll go back so you can see. Basically, the theory is that uh, national parks are kind of concealing something in America, similar to Antarctica. It's like these huge um, plots of land that's protected by the government, and they have the rangers there. They're kind of like security guards for it, and a lot of people go missing there. Granted, a lot of them are solo hitchhikers and stuff like that, so it's they could just be
Right.
getting lost and dying, but or going missing. But there's one specific thing that actually happened, where a kid went missing, like out of thin air almost.
Okay.
But yeah, the weird part, I was trying to look into it, and there's like Amazon has a page on it for some reason. I
Is that
cut
like
I
a book or something?
Yeah, yeah, that is a book. You're right. Sorry, I forgot about that. That is a book. There's one news page, the actual national park service thing, and this is the same dude. But there's really one story that's been perpetuated. Oh no, this is a different one. That's nothing.
Like
Hold on.
Civil War.
Yeah, that's like a Civil War era story. This one, yes, sorry. It basically the story is this will let me scroll here. This family went out to the Smoky Mountains National Park. It was like 1969. Basically, uh, parents and their kids were playing hide and seek, and like the kids ran off ahead. They were walking down a trail, and the kids ran off ahead of the dad and like hid in bushes to kind of jump out and scare them. And all of them jumped out except for one kid, and they were like only a few feet away apparently. So it's not like he ran off in the distance and got lost. But one of them
Right.
didn't jump back out. Um, and there was just no trace of him. There's no trail. There's no. He didn't make a noise or anything like that.
Dude got blue beamed.
Yeah, I mean, and, and but yeah, his search has like the
Sock
record
and
for that
shoe.
park at least, huh?
So there's never any luck finding him or anything that could explain what happened to him besides a sock and a shoe.
Yeah, like he got yanked real quick.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
but yeah, it was a huge search for him. No one ever found him. So there's a few theories that play off of that specifically in national parks, but the big leading theory is that national parks have um, there's like a tribes of cannibalistic like animal like people that live out in national parks, and that's kind of the point of the park rangers out there, is to keep them in check or make sure they don't wander too far from their areas and all that.
A distinct petting zoo smell. They smell like a petting zoo.
I saw yeah, as if someone has actually seen them and knows that they smell like a petting zoo. But
Oh, you know what we could talk about?
um,
Huh.
What's the name of those albinos that live out in the woods?
Albinos.
No, there's like a specific like they're like the Jacksons. Not no, that's the Michael Jackson. Uh,
Are you talking about um no, I for a second I was gonna talk about that inbred family, but no, that's the Whitakers, I think.
mm.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting topic. Have you seen those people?
Um,
No,
I
I don't
think
think so, actually.
I think they're called the Whitakers, but I'm not positive. But it's just this like really big inbred family, like inbred. Like one of the guys, like none of them really talk at all, but one of them, like when he tries to talk, he like yips like a dog,
oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
like yip
I've
yip
not seen
yip
that.
yip yip.
like
Oh,
barks.
they have their own language? Is that what it is?
I don't think they understand each other.
It's just like,
I don't think it's a language. I think it's confusion.
yeah,
Probably.
A lot of
it's like
inbred.
the noises.
Um, but
Oh yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say those people are pretty interesting.
What's the name of
Yeah,
this?
I feel like I've heard a little bit. But yeah, the weird thing is, aside from that like one news article, there's actually an American Horror Story, or it's American Horror Stories, the anthology series they do. There's an episode based on that story of the kid going missing and all that. Um, which which I saw when it's season one, episode 6. But whenever I saw it, whenever it came out, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize it was actually based off of a story.
Hmm. Um, did you find what you're looking for, Walter?
I have no idea what the names were, but Dad would know, that's for sure. He knows all about that.
Albino forest family.
Albinos.
Basically what I searched up.
I accidentally put in fairy, albino forest fairy. What the fuck is that thing? Oh, it's a deer. It's an albino deer.
It's all, this is a fairy deer. I'll help you look as well. Actually, no,
Albino
um,
forest family.
while you guys look that up, I'll think of something else.
That's weird. The Whitaker family popped up immediately whenever I looked up weird albino family who live in the woods.
Is it are they not the same thing?
No, it's the inbred family.
Are they
But
from
yeah,
the
but is the inbred
States?
family the?
Huh?
Are they in the States?
Yeah, they live in like Georgia or something like that. Um, West Virginia. Yeah.
Albinos in Tanzania.
Pennsylvania.
What state did you say? Virginia?
West Virginia is where the Whitakers live.
Oh, where do they live?
It's a mystery. They're off the grid.
Growing up with albinism, it felt like a punishment. I bet.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
can't
fair.
can't find it.
I just keep seeing it for like people in Africa and stuff.
Well, maybe they are called the Jackson family. We'll see.
The Jackson 5.
Jackson 5, and they live in the woods. Jackson
Well,
Whites. That's what they're called. Yeah.
Jackson Whites.
Legendary people of the Ramapo Mountains.
legendary.
Uh,
Well, since you got it pulled up and you brought it up, I'll let you pull it up on screen.
okay. Here we go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
uh,
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that it's a baby. I didn't realize what I was actually looking at until after I said it.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
They prefer to use the Dutch spelling to describe themselves as the Ramapo Mountain Indians. But yeah, there's like just a bunch, like a group of white Africans in the Ramapo Mountains with no explanation of how they got there.
And this is in America.
Yeah,
So
Ramapo
Huh.
Mountains that crosses the New York, New Jersey border at Suffern, New York. They've just been there since like the colony days.
Jackson, hold on, stop scrolling. With Jax.
New Jersey.
However, this is just one of many currently unprovable myths regarding this population. Huh. So like this
Interesting.
family just like they don't know how they I'm a little confused.
In addition to Native Americans, it is believed that these people are also descendants of Hessian soldiers who deserted during the American Revolution. Runaway and freed slaves make up the third major component of this group. They are responsible for Dutch surnames common among the people, which were derived from the surnames of their owners, likely nearby landholders.
So like
Whoa, wait.
if they don't know how they got there, how long have they like is this just like an albino family of generations that have just lived in this one area of this forest, or like is this more
It's
recent?
like it's like a whole like tribe of people up in the mountains, and people just like kind of stumbled upon them and were like, "Whoa, these are like white black people." And
But
That is
where'd they
probably what
come
they
from? They
said.
don't know.
where'd they come from? Where'd they go? I don't know. They're albino. Oh, dude, that was dope. Okay. Um so when did they find them? 1972? Is that it?
No, I'm looking. That's just an article.
Where'd they come from? Where did they go? Where'd they come from? I don't know. They're albino.
You lost it.
I lost it. Damn it.
Also, I saw something that, yeah, in addition to Native Americans, believe that they're descendants of soldiers who deserted during the American Revolution. I thought Native Americans were supposed to have been here before the American Revolution.
Yeah, it's saying the Hessian soldiers banged the Native Americans and turned them in to Jackson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was misreading that. Okay.
Bang the Native American. Um,
Uh,
Spaniards banged the Mayans and turned them into Mexicans.
wait.
we're getting off the rails.
Um, oh my God. In fact, a Tanzanian woman with albinism was murdered and mutilated in May 2014. Jesus Christ. In that
Oh,
country, people with albinism are subject to murder by traditional healers who harvest body parts to make potions. 73 people with albinism have been murdered since 2000, and 67 more have been attacked violently in that time. Oh my God, we still got witches out here making potions with body parts?
Yeah.
that's crazy.
What the hell?
There was
That's
this.
not. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go.
I was gonna say that's not a huge number just in terms of people getting murdered,
No,
just
but
in
like,
general. But if they're being targeted, yeah, that's a lot.
I didn't realize there
What is
was that
that?
many albino people. Is that an albino Bigfoot?
He's
Oh,
It's
white.
nameless
real.
back roads, 5 mythical.
That has to be real.
Hold on, let me move
Why
my
is the
camera.
abominable snowman in freaking wherever that is?
Oh, it's a Yeti.
A Yeti? Um,
That's real. That's not photoshopped.
yeah, not at all. That's real footage.
Yep.
Um, who's that guy?
He's a
Probably
Rambo.
Jackson White. Oh, he's talking about the Ram.
Why is he everywhere?
He must be important. Oh, look at that guy.
Apparently.
This
That
guy.
guy's interesting looking. Yep.
I was gonna say, weirdly enough, this like girl in my dorm building, she called herself pagan. Like that was her religion. She was a pagan.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Had like all this.
she doesn't eat animals.
No, she
Or
doesn't.
she doesn't eat meat.
That's vegan, nerd.
That's a vegan.
But like she had like the like drawings of like like stag heads and stuff, like skeleton stag heads and stuff like that. I don't know, it was weird. Um, I always thought pagan was like just meant you weren't Christian. Like that's kind
No,
of the term was for it. Like the Norse mythology, like religion,
Yeah. Is that what it is?
paganism.
I thought pagan was its own thing. Like they,
Let me look it up.
yeah, this is something we should probably fact check before we start going on a tangent about it.
Person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main or recognized religion.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, never mind.
So like Norwegians, yeah, that believe in like all the Norse stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that.
What?
Stonehenge and just like
Oh, that is Stonehenge. You're right.
Walter's just like, imagine looking so silly.
and there's like people this is like
Hey, what's
Oh,
that
okay. I
picture?
see what's happening now.
What's that one? That where all those people are lined up?
this one? This
Yeah,
one?
no, that one. To your right,
Looks like LARPing.
that one. Yeah, not that one.
I
That
don't
that
know, looks like
that actually looks kind of dope though. That head thing.
That does look cool.
the antlers, it's like midsummer.
It
That
is
one
like
looks dope.
Midsummer. You're right.
That's like that one picture, the six pagan festivals. If you scroll back up, almost looks like they're like another version of the Last Supper meeting.
What this?
Yeah, because it's got the sun and like almost like a sun in the middle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
see what you're saying. Yeah,
Weird.
it's yeah, interesting stuff. I find a lot of the different just cultures and religions like that interesting just to see. There's like a lot of religions early on like that. They kind of based all of their gods off of just like natural occurrences and stuff like that.
oh, dude, I have those tattoos. The pagan
I was
symbols
gonna
in
say,
green. I have okay,
This
if you
one?
go down
you have
one
the you have the
and then
Treyarch, don't
to
you?
the left, I have that triangle. The bottom left, I have that triangle. The bottom right, I have that one. And then right above that, I have that one as well. Those are the finger tats I have. It's like the
Those are the alchemy ones, right?
yeah, the alchemy ones.
This is a pretty cool symbol. That's called the Leviathan cross.
Oh,
A lot of people believe
Mm,
it's another term for Satan, but it's the alchemical symbol for brimstone, which is sulfur.
oh, interesting.
pretty cool.
And then they got the Illuminati eye right next to it.
Yeah. And the world tree, Yggdrasil,
Oh yeah.
and some
And
weird
then
little lady.
Interesting.
oh, it's the water bending symbol up top.
Isn't that the down on the second row from the bottom? Isn't that the Taurus thing right there to your right more?
Oh yeah, I think so.
That looks like the Taurus symbol.
You
Might
know
be.
that web page probably has all of the meanings, but I like that we're just guessing them. I think that makes it more interesting.
Oh my god, we should go look at all the meanings and make sure my tattoos are right.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Make sure you don't have something horrible on your
Yeah,
hand.
look,
That would
this
be
is the
fucking
horned
hilarious.
god. Horned god, triple goddesses equal opposite polarity. That's the one.
Well, look up you have alchemy symbols, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should look up your tattoos and see if they're actually what you think they are.
Dude, it's gonna be hilarious if they're not. And
Fire,
embarrassing.
air, earth, water.
Oh my god, boys, I need to find something to pee in. I'm currently parked in a Walmart parking lot far away from the bathroom and I'm about to blow up. No fuck.
That's a,
I'm gonna just ruin one of my jugs real quick.
It's black sulfur. That's why. That's why it's the Leviathan house. Regular sulfur is
Okay.
not apparently.
so you have the triangle.
Yeah, these four at the top.
I think he has air and earth.
Oh, what's happening? It froze.
It did your camera die again?
No,
Or,
I think
or
I
get
turned my camera
disconnected?
off.
Oh,
Turn your camera off and turn it back on.
it's probably good that it's turned off since he's peeing in a jug right now.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna here. Let's put everything on pause real quick. I'm gonna pause the recording.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
All right, guys, we had to take a little break. We all had to use the restroom and gather ourselves.
Yeah.
So we were looking at all these symbols here to make sure that mine on my
Yes.
fingers are correct and they check out.
They do check out.
Actually, do they have the life symbol? I don't see it.
Which one is that?
Focus.
A little
Little
up and to your
focus.
left.
But-
Oh, it's on
on.
your thumb. Okay, I see.
Come
Okay, yeah, that
on.
looks like. Is that the circle with the horns on top, or is that a different one?
No, it's not the circle with the horns on top. It's like a. Come on. Why won't you focus?
This one,
Son of a bitch.
is it this one that I'm circling?
Where's your cursor at? Oh, no, it doesn't have like the circle doesn't complete. Just type in life symbol or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that
This
one.
one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look, yeah, alchemy symbols. This is probably where I got my tattoos from.
It looks like the ones you have.
Yeah, this picture right here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Dude, I need another tattoo. Or a piercing or
What?
something. I need something. I almost got my septum pierced.
Oh, for real?
That's your nose, right? Your
Yeah,
middle
yeah,
part of your nose.
yeah, the middle part. I thought about it. You know,
Yeah,
even if I got it and I didn't like it, I could just take it out, you know? But
that's
I don't
true.
know. I might be able to work a little septum piercing. I kind of have like my nose kind of points up like a little pig nose though, so it would look like
Well, if you do that, yeah. It doesn't point up that much, I don't think. You could go for the bowl with the nose ring look.
yeah, right. The bull ring. So well, we covered some good conspiracies. That was fun. That was a good time.
I think we got a pretty good amount done.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
How's Rex doing back there?
Okay, so I don't know what happened, but my fucking hotspot went out, so we're back now. Little technical difficulties.
Yep.
So, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Walter, have you heard about Rex's accident?
No.
Forgot about that.
So, by the way, these sheets are new. I bought new sheets. A couple weeks ago, me and Rex woke up at like the first, like not at the first time. We woke up at the same time, and I woke up to a pile of diarrhea sitting
Oh.
not 2 to 3 inches in front of my face.
Oh.
Like straight up. Like I woke up and I was looking at it, and he like had woke up, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like I'm staring at this pile of crap in front of my face for like 15 seconds, just like contemplating what the hell's happening. Like I couldn't figure it out at first because it was like dead sleep. And he like jumps off the bed and continues just uncontrollably shitting everywhere on the floor. Like
Oh.
in my shoes, like my tennis shoes, he like crapped in those. Got crap like on a jar of peanut butter. Like this part got real nasty. You know, like imagine like a chocolate fountain, and like this
Oh.
chocolate pours over something and then like waterfalls like cascades over it, you know? That was a jar of peanut butter. Dude, it was really bad. It was so disgusting. I felt so bad. I literally every time I fell asleep for like a week after that, it was like I was scared to fall asleep. Like for
I'm
2 nights after
honestly,
that, I made him sleep on the floor. I was like, bro, you're sleeping down there.
I'm surprised you were able to get the smell out. I feel like I would never get the smell out of there after that.
Dude, it was so cold outside, but I had like the doors open. I had my fan running, my roof fan. I had that sucking all the air out like as much as possible. Oh, dude,
Mhm.
it smelled like that for probably like 2, 3 days afterwards. Like a little bit, like just lingering around. It's like, did
That's
I miss
horrible.
a cleanup somewhere? Like, is there still like a little pile of dookie somewhere? It was bad. It was really rough. Um, so yeah. Well, we finished all our conspiracy enough, so we
Yeah.
finished all our conspiracy stuff. Walter, you should hear me try to read, man. Like last week, whenever we were trying to read and everything, it was just a disaster. Like there were so
You
many words I've never seen in my entire life.
yeah.
Like I've said these words, but I've never seen these words, so I couldn't recognize the words.
What was
Um,
that one word? Macabre.
macabre,
Or
yeah. Like
yeah,
Neighbor?
macabre.
I don't I can't remember the context in which it was, but it felt like I
Mhm.
was back in school and a teacher knew what word I was trying to say and pronounced it for me because Quentin did that several times. And I'm happy he did, but I blame it on being dyslexic. You know, that's my excuse for everything now. Like I'm dyslexic.
It's a good excuse.
Self-diagnosed, of course, but I'm dyslexic. Um, so yeah, that was really funny. What have you been up to, Walter?
Yeah.
But like, I know you're back in school and shit. How's that going?
It's going all right
Yeah,
at school.
having fun.
Yeah, trying to at least.
Yeah,
School sucks no matter what, but
right. Yeah, school's not fun. What are you studying?
sociology with a focus in criminal justice.
Right on. Are you gonna like be a lawyer or a cop or
Yeah, cop.
cop? Fuck yeah. Oh, dude. I last night was watching Super Troopers. I fell asleep through it, but I'd tried watching it in the past, but just couldn't really get into it for whatever reason. Dude, I was dying last night. That movie is so funny. Um, I need to figure out where I zoned out and like go back and finish it, but it was really funny. Um, but
I
oh
actually don't
yeah,
think it's that.
you haven't seen it?
I don't think so.
You should watch it. It's funny. It's really funny.
Okay,
I get
well,
all the hype now. Before I didn't really understand all the hype, but I get it now.
yeah.
Have you seen it, Quentin?
It's been a long time, but yeah, I remember it being really funny.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the second one too and see if I like that one much. But
I
what
forgot
have you
there was a second one. Hmm?
what have you been up to?
Um, I don't know, just seeing people that live like that I know that live here while I'm here.
Yeah,
Applying to more jobs. It's kind of same as usual.
same as usual.
Here, applying to 100 and hearing back from 5 to 10.
Guess what I did the other day?
Hmm.
Take a guess. What have I been talking about for like the past like every podcast?
Oh, did you get your passport?
Oh, I got my passport. Well,
Nice.
I went and did all the shit for it. You know how expensive that was? Take a guess.
I don't remember how expensive that is now.
I paid $240
My God.
because it's like 130 for the passport, and then I got it expedited because I might need it like ASAP.
Hmm.
And then I had to pay for photos. It was crazy. It was crazy. 240 freaking dollars just for a passport. That's insane.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
going to the country?
But had I been responsible, I probably would have only paid like 250 bucks, or not 250, 150 bucks. But I
yeah.
procrastinated so long that, now I had to pay more. So I guess if you're responsible, you don't have to pay that much.
I
But
don't think my
Yeah,
audio came
it
through,
depends.
but are you going out of country?
um yeah, so hopefully within the next couple months I'll be going to Costa Rica for an ayahuasca retreat.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah. I did few how many podcasts ago was it now? Like three or so whenever I talked about the mushroom and DMT.
Yeah, that was two or three. Yeah, it was like three podcasts ago, I think.
Yeah, so we did a podcast where I was just basically talking about my mushroom experience that I had like probably about a month ago now, and a DMT experience I had. Um and those were really fun. That was a pretty cool podcast. And those experiences were fucking unreal, dude. They were pretty nuts. Uh
But
just cuz like I had done mushrooms in the past, but not to the extent that I did this time. And then I was also, instead of just being in the house, I went on a hike. Um, so it was just like it was like a way cooler experience than just like being in somebody's house and like looking at the walls or watching TV or something, you know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, now the ayahuasca retreat, that's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be pretty intense. Um,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, have I talked about the retreat on here yet, Quentin? I can't remember if I have or not.
You've talked about going to it or wanting to go to it
Yeah,
a
it's
few
like
times, but usually the conversation usually ends with you saying, "Man, I need to get my passport," and then
well, it won't end
like
with
every
that this
episode.
time. But the retreat that I was looking at, you're the week beforehand, they have a list of rules that you have to abide by. And the list of rules is like no drinking alcohol, no meats, like you have to go completely vegetarian, uh, no sex, no drugs, no masturbation, nothing, like you got to be like in your purest form, I guess, for like the build up to it. I was on the phone with my buddy and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna have to go like dig a hole and sleep in that for a week. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a rough
Yeah,
week. Um,
that's gonna be a tough build up.
yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to like, 2, 3 weeks beforehand, like slowly stop drinking. Well, I don't have to slowly stop drinking. I could just stop drinking and that not be an issue. But like, just like like no nicotine. Like I
Mm,
I use those Rogue pouches. That's gonna be the hardest thing to like stop. You know. Um. So I'll probably like try to wean myself off those like I don't know like a few weeks prior, just so I don't just have to go cold turkey.
yeah,
And then hopefully after that, I just won't ever use nicotine again because this shit is it's rough, man. And it's expensive. It's really expensive.
yeah.
Especially out here because like I've been doing a lot of fishing lately and
Hmm.
like one day I was going fishing and I was like, for old time's sake, I'm gonna pick up a can of Copenhagen, you know. And then I found
Hmm.
myself like every fucking other day going and buying a can of Copenhagen because I'm like, man, I miss this stuff. So then now I'm doing
Hmm.
like the Rogue pouches and like regular Copenhagen. And it's like, bro, I just gotta chill. I gotta stop. Um, so that'll be really interesting to you know, do that lead up to the retreat, I guess. But
Yeah, yeah. That'll be an interesting. Like after you're done with the retreat, see if any you want to actually go back to doing any of the things that you stopped yourself from doing. Obviously, some of them, but not like all the unhealthy stuff. I mean.
right, yeah. The other ones are gonna be like, well, of course I'm gonna go back to those. Um But no, yeah, that'll be cool. I'm really excited to see what I gain out of the retreat, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you're supposed to like go through like this huge like ego death pretty much. Um, because like what a
that's
lot of
also
people
what I've
say
heard.
is like when you go to do ayahuasca and you begin your trip, you reach like a fork in the road where you could either have fun with the trip or you can like fight all your demons and go through all the bullshit. And like everyone always says, like fight your demons because that's like what the retreat is meant for is like self growth and stuff. So
Hmm.
it'll be pretty cool to experience. And then I guess like everybody pretty much starts like shitting themselves and like throwing up. Like you throw up like crazy. You have this like horrible diarrhea and stuff. So it's gonna be um it's gonna be really interesting. And it's so funny too, because it's like at this really nice like retreat center. That's like in this really gorgeous part of Costa Rica, and they got really pretty hiking trails to go to like these waterfalls, and you do yoga and everything. So it's like this really nice like resort. And then you just go into this room and start shitting and throwing up. You know?
They just have the
Um,
designated poop room.
yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll be
Um,
crazy.
yeah. And hopefully that happens within the next like 2 months or so, I'm thinking. It depends on when the passport comes in and then whenever I can get it scheduled.
Mm,
And just try to work out plans because there's one other person that's gonna go with me, so we kind of gotta, you know, line it up right and
yeah,
get everything figured out. Because he still
you
needs to
figure out
get
where
his
you're going.
passport. But he might have more
Oh
trouble
yeah.
than I have because he also needs to track down his birth certificate.
Oof. Yeah, that's gonna take a minute.
Ooh, I can say this now because I don't have it with me anymore. But I was really worried about the passport because I was like, fuck, I don't know if I have my birth certificate. I don't even know where it is.
Hmm.
Out of nowhere, I had remembered, I think I might have put it in my glove box. And I go and look at my glove box and it's sitting right on top. I was like, dude, fucking score. And then I was sitting there like, why am I traveling with my birth certificate? This is so unsafe.
And also in your glove box, just on
Yeah,
top.
just in my glove box. It's not in a safe or anything, that's locked. It's just in my glove box, you know? And like my yeah. But I can say that now because when you do your passport, they have to send the birth certificate with the passport. Um
Mm. So
and
yeah, it's not with you anymore.
right. And I hope everything checks out on the passport because you have to fill out like part of the form is filling out your parents' information, so your mom and dad and like what year they were born, their birthday, their where they were born, um, blah blah blah. So like
Mm.
obviously I was able to fill out like all my mom's information, but I kind of had to take a guess with like my dad's information. So like
Mm.
I had to go onto like one of his old Facebook pages and like look at his birthday and stuff. And then like
Mm.
that his hometown was Springfield, so it was like I'm just gonna guess and say he was born in Springfield, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything checks out and I get my passport and I fill all that stuff out correctly. Um, I also guessed at his middle name because you have to put the middle name down too. And I guessed his middle name, but I'm like 99.9% sure it is his middle name. But it was definitely a gamble. So,
Yeah, that'll imagine that's the one thing that stops you from getting it is
oh
you
my,
were like off by a little bit.
right. Well, okay, and for people listening, it probably sounds like I'm a really bad son because I don't know anything about my dad, but I just didn't have a relationship with my dad really. So, it makes sense. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
don't
there's
come at me for being a bad son. uh so yeah, that's kind of what's going on. We got the passport. Well, we got the process for it started. Now we just got to see if everything plays out
Sweet.
good.
yeah.
Um,
You gotta see if that pulls through. Hopefully it comes through though, and you
I
can.
hope so, man. I hope so, because that was $240 that I don't want just washed down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, imagine like just losing $240 because you guessed your dad's middle name wrong. Fuck. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. I don't think I could recover from that one.
Uh, that's gonna be really funny if that's the case. That's gonna be really fucking annoying. Um, all right, well, boys,
Yeah.
I think we probably wrap this one up. This was
Alrighty.
fun.
Yeah. This is a
Walter,
good
thank
one.
you for joining. I enjoyed that.
Me
Um,
too.
and everybody listening, every podcast in the month of November is going to have a guest as of right now. I scheduled three other guests. I met all three of these people at either Northwest Nomads or Moon Landing. So we have one guy named Scott. He's from Nomad Solar. He does solar installations on the road while he's traveling. We have a guy named Miguel. He does a lot of filming for he did a lot of the filming for Northwest Nomads and does a bunch of other events too, like concerts and everything. So I'm sure he'll have a lot of interesting things to talk about. and then a guy named Devin and his girlfriend. I'm really bad with names, so I forgot her name. The only reason I really remembered his name is because it was on his Instagram. So they were gonna be on. I met them at Moon Landing, and they have they have a trailer, and they call it the Treasure Box on Wheels, and it's a traveling thrift store. So they travel
Good deal.
around and just run a thrift store out of their rig, which is really cool. So it'll be cool to have them on. So this month is like packed with guests, which is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
There's going to be some good stories, some knowledge to learn. So yeah, I'm excited to have them on. And then I'm trying to figure out how I want to structure it after that, to where if like maybe we do 1 month full of guests and then 1 month off, or after this maybe do every other week have a guest or something. I guess it also really depends on if I can get a guest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking forward to in the future this month. So yeah, and it's really cool that we have a video aspect now too, so they'll be able to see their face, and we could pull shit up on screen, have them see that too. So yeah,
Yeah, it'll make it easier or more interesting, I guess.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that leads us to the end of this. We could wrap this up. Walter, again, thanks, buddy, for joining, and
Problem.
Thank you.
awesome hanging out. We'll have to do more like conspiracy days or paranormal days or whatever, and just like maybe bring you on as like our conspiracy guest or something.
Yeah, sure.
Our expert that we know.
Yeah, our conspiracy expert. Good Lord, the road noise out here is starting to pick up like crazy. Everyone's getting out of church. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys.
Sounds good.
And to everybody listening, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Love you guys as well. Keep dreaming. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later. Deuces.
Adios.